My name is Rachel Bennett, and I was 34 years old the day I discovered my parents had secretly emptied my college fund to save my brother from bankruptcy. I found out by accident. The truth wasn't meant for me. It was meant to stay buried forever. Growing up in Phoenix, Arizona, my parents always talked about the college fund they had created for both of their children. My brother, Tyler, and I heard about it constantly. "Work hard in school," my father would say. "Your future is already protected." I believed him, so I studied. I earned scholarships, worked part-time jobs, skipped vacations, while Tyler did the opposite. He dropped out of community college twice, started 3 businesses, failed at all 3. But somehow, every failure became a family emergency. Every time he crashed, my parents rushed in to save him. I told myself it wasn't my problem. Then my father got sick. Nothing life-threatening, just enough to force him to organize his finances. One afternoon, my mother asked me to help sort paperwork. I sat at their dining room table with stacks of folders, insurance documents, bank statements, retirement accounts. Then I found a transfer record, $125,000. My stomach dropped. The account name looked familiar, very familiar. It was my college fund, the one they had spent 20 years talking about. The transfer had happened 5 years earlier. The money had gone directly into Tyler's failed restaurant. I kept digging. The paperwork told the entire story. Not only had they emptied my fund, they never told me, not once. They simply continued pretending it still existed. At family dinners, birthdays, Christmas, every conversation had been a lie. That evening, I asked my parents directly. The room became silent. My mother started crying immediately. My father stared at the floor. Then he said something I'll never forget. Tyler needed it more. More. I sat there trying to understand the word. I had worked for everything. Tyler had destroyed everything. Yet somehow he deserved my future. My mother insisted they planned to replace the money someday. Someday. 5 years had already passed. The account balance was 0. The next week, Tyler called me. Not to apologize, not to explain, to ask for another loan. When I told him no, he sounded offended. Actually offended. Like I was being unreasonable. That was the moment everything became clear. This wasn't about money. It was about expectations. My family expected sacrifice from me because I always delivered it. So I stopped. I stopped paying my parents' utility bills. Stopped covering emergency expenses. Stopped solving problems they created. Within months, reality arrived. Tyler couldn't find another bailout. My parents suddenly had to live within their own budget. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't carrying everyone else's weight. A year later, my mother asked why our relationship felt different. I looked at her and told the truth. Because trust works like a savings account. You spend years building it, but one large withdrawal can empty it completely. That was the day I learned something important. The biggest betrayal isn't losing money. It's discovering the people who promised to protect your future were willing to spend it without even asking.